How's going? Dusty Bogan here. Been a while. So been in hospital for a week. Fuck. You ready for the story time? My old finger. So I had to get it cut open and all this stuff. I think it was last Thursday. I was like, what's this little red bump on my finger? And didn't think much of it, And as you do, I always get like cuts and stuff, and whatever. Didn't think of anything of it. Then I'm having a beer Saturday at the pub with my mate, and I'm like, I think he even said like, geez, your finger's swollen. And I was like, oh yeah, she'll be right. And then we went to go play poker with Proud Boys meet, and bang. And I'm like, fuck yeah, she's looking pretty swollen, eh? And so Mrs. picked me up, went home. Next day, went to church. Then I went to the fucking doctor afterwards, gave me some antibiotics, and he's like, if it swells up, just fucking... It was African dude, African Australian, so he kind of sounded like full bogan. If it swells up, go to the emergency. I'm like, yeah, mate, I'll be right. Saturday night, I think I did pop it. Might have been my problem. We went for lunch after that, and then I was like, fuck, I took the Band-Aid off. And like I had a Band-Aid on there just to like this little red dot. I was like, because it kind of was like a bit tender, so I didn't want to knock it on anything while I'm at work. So I took the Band-Aid off. I think I took the Band-Aid off when I was at the doctor. I was like, there's like actually a little dot of pus there, like a pimple. So when I went fucking to lunch, I was like, we have a pin or anything in the car? And I found this beautiful pink pocket knife, that my wife has to cut her seatbelt if she has a car accident, or stab someone if they try to attack her. But nah, actually there to cut her seatbelt off if there's a car accident, needs to save someone. I'm like, here's a fucking pink, beautiful pocket knife. Flicked it open, and I was like, pop, squeeze the shit out of it. Not much coming out. This is the doctors are like, that could have been why you're in hospital. That could have been fucking germs in there and got infected. But I swear it was like fucking 4 hours later. No, it's probably 6 hours later. Then I'm like, fuck, my hand is swollen and swelling, like coming down into my hand. So I was like, righto. And just like, you're fucking going to the hospital. And I was like, yeah, I'm going. So I went to the hospital, and to fuck around. 4 hours later, finally get in there, and it's like, well, they just put me on a fucking antibiotic drip. In the morning, woke up, bang, 5 o'clock in the morning. Doctor's like, have a look, mate. And he gave me fucking some injections to make it numb, and he cut it open, squeezed the fucking shit out of this finger. Like he's like, you could hear his like shoulders and muscles like crunching. It was pretty intense. Bandaged it up, and they're like, yep, well. And then, it took me like 4 days of fasting every day to go in, and they want to do surgery on it, cut it open and fucking properly clean it out. So, anyway, it was all right. They had Wi-Fi. I'm sitting there on my phone. If you follow me on Instagram, I made a few funny memes and just joked around and had a good time. And the nurses were really friendly, and the doctors and the other patients. And I think, like, tip of the hat to the nurses. I've always said this, like, I do concreting, so it's like, it's a bit physically hard, but at the end of the day, you just fucking leave your job and it's done. And, there's them jobs are like fucking probably dealing with real sick people who could be difficult. It's not nice to be easy when you're sick. I wasn't even sick. I'm sitting there like I feel fucking great. It's just this fucking finger. So, I guess I was pretty friendly with them, but I could imagine them I could hear them dealing with people who were fucking obviously difficult to deal with, and that's all right if they're fully sick. But, tip of the hat to the nurses. Met one dude who's like fucking few beds over from me. Pretty decent hospital. And he was like, yeah, mate, fucking he had a hernia, got infected. He's been in there for like 8 weeks. Lost his job, been evicted from his house. He's like a fucking homeless person now. And he's like, should be out in a week. I was like, dude, what a fucking tragedy. And like, that's the weird thing about life. It's like, I had no fucking expectation. I was just like, oh yeah, little fucking red dot on my finger, whatever. And next minute, it's like, fuck, I had a week and 4 days, Sunday to Thursday in hospital. Go back Thursday to get my stitches out, and then they're like, well, you do have a physical job, mate, so we'll have a look. Go next Thursday. Could be a week beyond that, or a few days beyond that before I'm back at work. It's like almost 3 weeks off work. That's that's ages. I haven't had 3 weeks off work since I finished school fucking 14 years ago or some shit like that. I don't even know. So, yeah, just seeing these people and they'll, you fucking, something goes wrong and can just ruin your finances. I'm sure it puts strain. I think that dude's like, some shit that dude like hurt his back at work and he's like, and then I'm fucking bending over, lifting things with a sore back, lifting awkwardly, and that gave me the hernia. And then they sacked him from the job from that, and he's like, and then my missus left me because I fucking haven't seen my kids, and my missus left me for ages. And then I come in for the surgery for my hernia, and now I've been evicted from fucking wherever he was staying. He's like, so now I'm homeless with nothing. And I'm like, whoa, that's fucked, man. He was a nice enough guy, but that's fucking terrible. Imagine if you're a nurse, like that dude's not happy. Nurses are dealing with people with this all day. So tip of the hat to nurses. Fucking look after yourself out there. And it's like a funny thing where, being a bloke and I'm just like, yeah, I'll be right. And like my hands fucking swelling up. And even the boys playing poker were like, just go to the fucking doctor. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be right. Wait for tomorrow. Should have just gone fucking straight away. But I guess I'm like, this is like a bit of a wake up call. It's like, I'm a stupid idiot. And you gotta listen to people, hey? And, all the women, I think every fucking woman I met all weekend was like, you should go to the doctor, you should go to the doctor. And like blokes are just like, we don't even care. So yeah, there'd probably be like fucking half the men alive would be dead if they didn't listen to the women in their lives telling them to go to the doctor when they do, because we'd all have fucking infections with like fucking no hands and like bolt-on chainsaws for hands and shit like that. You know what I mean? Be like fucking District 9 with like alien prawns running around. That's what the world would descend into without the feminine heart, the concerned, emotionally driven, that must hurt, go to the doctor, that kind of fucking thing. It's a really good thing, and it's probably saved my life. If I didn't listen to my missus and all these fucking women, I'd probably have like fucking, the doctor said to me, he's like, we've seen people lose their fingers and their hand from shit like this. The infection spreads to your bone and we have to cut it off, all this stuff. So I'm like, Jesus, I'm a fucking stupid idiot. But anyway, so that's story time. So you know what the hell went on. And follow me on Instagram because you can, the Dusty Bogan, you can see some of my awesome memes from being in hospital. Cheers, eh?